Hello everyone. In today's video session, first of all I will tell you how to open the Python and how we will work on it. So let's first start with how to open the Python. In my system, Python is already installed. So when I want to open the Python, I will click on the start menu. You will also do the same, and then I will check for the Python. So here you can see the Python IDLE is already there. Python 3.6. You need to click on this drop down and then you will see these four options: Python IDLE, Python 3.6 32-bit, then it is the Python 3.6 32-bit DOS environment Python, and these two more are there. You need to pay attention in IDLE, Python IDLE. So I will click on this. As soon as I'll click, in front of the screen, you will see that Python 3.6 shell has opened. That means this particular window is interactive mode. Already I have discussed about the two modes of the Python. One is the interactive mode and the second one is the script mode. This mode is the interactive mode of Python. So first of all, we will see the interactive mode, how we will work on the interactive mode, and then we will move to the script mode. So you can see here Python interactive mode has the title bar and then the menu bars are there. Python 3.6.6 version is written along with the date of installation and all. And the very important thing over here is the 3 greater than symbol. What is this 3 greater than symbol? This is the Python prompt, or you can say the shell prompt. So interactive mode is recognized by this 3 greater than symbol, which is known as the Python prompt. Okay, so we will type the Python command in front of this very prompt. Whatever we want to do with the system, whatever we want to execute with the system, whatever we want to give the commands, everything we will supply from this very prompt. Okay, so we will, suppose I want to multiply any values like 443 multiplied by 7, and we want to see the output or we want to see the result. Then directly we will write the number and then you press the enter key. And as soon as you will press the enter key, you will see the output. So 301 is the output or the result when you will multiply this very number. So you can say it is a simple type of calculator too. Nothing you need to specify, only the numbers. And the same can be done if you will write print and then welcome in the world of programming. This I want to display as an output. Then we will write this one. Syntax error is showing because I have not enclosed this under the quotes. So once again we will type this, and yes, double quotes you have to give to closing this very string. As soon as you will press the enter key, you will get the output. Output is showing in the blue color. And again the prompt is coming automatically. Means the system, the Python interpreter is ready to accept the command. Okay, so in this way you will work on it. So whatever you want to execute, directly you can type it. And print is a function which is used to display the output. Okay, and what you need to display it using the print function, that must be enclosed under the quotes if it is a string value. Okay, otherwise you can write like print 34 plus 8. That can also be done, but you are not supposed to enclose under the and what commas. See, the output is coming as 34 plus 8 is 42. So this is the interactive mode. As soon as you will supply the command, that very time you will see the output. and no command will be saved here. How many commands I have given? This is the first one, the second, the third, the fourth, but not a single one is saved. This is the purpose of the interactive mode, that if you don't want to save the command, simply you want to see the output, simply you need to calculate anything, then we will work on the interactive mode. Otherwise, we will move to the script mode. Script mode, group of commands can be written and executed simultaneously. How to open the script mode? You need to click on the file menu, then click on new file, and here as soon as you will click on new file, the file name untitled will come here along with the menu bar. And here you will write, suppose, print and programming is fun. This I want to display. First of all, the prompt will not come. The 3 greater than symbol will not come here. And as soon as we will press the enter key, the cursor will simply move down. It will not give you the output. Why? Because what you have written should be saved first. Because as many command you want to write here, you can write it here. I have written only the single command. If more you want to write, you can write it. Print 5, 6 plus 8. Suppose this 2 command is written. Afterwards, what we need to do? We need to save it first. Before execution, you need to save it. How it will be saved? Yes, either the shortcut key Ctrl plus S that you are knowing already, or go to file menu and click on save. As soon as you will click on save, save dialog box will appear here, and here you write the name of the file. Suppose I have written practice, name of the file. By default, where your file will store? Your file will store under the Python directory or the Python folder, as you can see here. Python 36-32. This is the whole path, means in my system the Python is stored under the program folder. That program is stored under the local drive. Local is stored under the app data, and app data under the Kaushal. Means under the C drive there is the file called Kaushal, and in that this is the main path of this very Python. In my system it is stored here. In your case, in your system it will be somewhere else, but by default it will be stored under the Python folder. After writing the name of the file, we need to click on save. As soon as you will click on save, you will see there in the title bar practice.py. Py I have not written. Py is the extension for the Python file which will be already taken by the interpreter. If you want to type it, you can type it. Otherwise, it will take by the interpreter automatically. .py. And see the whole path name of my file where this practice.py is stored. This is showing the whole path, you can see here. So if you want to search your file, this path name will help you to search. Clear? So I have written the 2 commands here. Now I have saved it, and afterwards I want to execute it. Why to execute? To display the output, to show the output, to show the result. And 2 commands I have written, print and another print. Okay, click on run to execute, and either you click on run module or automatically the shortcut key F5. The shortcut key F5 is used to run your file. So from the keyboard. So I am using the mouse, so I will click here run module, and you can see here the output. Don't see the upper one, just see from here where the restart is written. This is the output for your program. You can see, no, the practice.py is the name of the file. So this is the output for the program, for the script what I have written. The first thing which I wrote in the script as programming is fun, and then 6 plus 8. How many? 6 plus 8? 6 plus 8 is 14. So 2 output you will be getting. Programming is fun in the first line and 6 plus 2 in the second line. So you can see here. Programming is fun in the first line and 14 is in the second line. Okay, so this is the script mode. And one thing you have noticed here, that I have written the program in the script mode and the output is again coming under the interactive mode. Yes, program's output will come in the interactive mode and you will write the program under the script mode. Then when to use the script mode? Which mode? Script mode is here when I have written the commands by clicking on the file and new, and then we have written the command. As many command you want to write, you can write it over here. Then after you will click on the save. Afterwards you will click on the run and then run module. Again you will be getting the same output because the same program I have executed again. So this is the script mode. In the script mode, all the program coding will be stored for your future reference. Suppose one day you have written 4 lines of program and you want to write another line of program in the very next day. So what you will do? You will write the 4 line of the program today, then you will click on file and then you will click on save, and afterwards you will close this one, and the very next day you will open the same file. Then again when you will open the same file, the 2 command or the 4 line of command will be written already, and later on you will add the more line of code here and then click on file, again save, and then you will execute it. So what is the advantage of working on the script mode? The advantage is that multiple commands can be simultaneously executed, at one time only can be executed, as well as the command will be stored to use in future. Clear? So here print 2 command only I have written. So first of all I want to tell you what is the print command. Print command is used to display the output. Programming is fun under the quotes, but 6 plus 2 is without quotes. Why? The question may be there. So the question why the quotes is there, because this programming is fun is the set of characters or string, and I already told in my video that the string should be enclosed under the quotes. The string should be placed under the quotes, whether it will be the single quotes or the double quotes. Both quotes will be used. Here I have used the double quotes. If I want to use it single quotes, that can also be done. No changes in the program output, no error will be coming. You want to see? Yes, you can see here. Just I have modified the program, so you need to save it first. Whenever you need any type of modification, you need to save it and then click on run. Now you can see programming is fun. The same output is coming now. This is the same one. No changes in the output. So you can say string can be enclosed either in single or in double quotes in Python. This is the privilege of the Python, that there is no any specific quotes for character or the string. Character will also be stored under the single quotes or the double quotes, and string will also be enclosed under the single or the double quotes. And the second print I have not used any quotes here. Why? Because I want to see the result. I want to see the manipulation. 6 plus 8 is what? If I'll put it quotes, then what will happen? 6 plus 8 will now be considered as a string. Okay, and 6 plus 8 only will display as an output. So as it is which you want to display, 6 plus 8 under the quotes means 6 plus 8 only will display. It will not manipulate the value. Means 6 plus 8 will not going to add. Clear? You just see, Control plus S shortcut key for saving, and F5 is for execution. Just see the output. Programming is fun, the last one, and 6 plus 8 is coming. 14 is not coming. So this is the thing that you need to be taken care of. What should be given and what should not be given. Clear? Then the output you want to display as a string type of value, string value you want to do display, then you will place under the single or the double quotes. Or if you want to manipulate the value, you want to add or subtract or something like that, then we will do the things without the quotes. We will write that one without the quotes. So print is here in Python is a function. Function is recognized by this bracket opening and closing. And under the quotes you will write either the string value or the numbers which you want to manipulate. Clear? This is about the print function. Print is a function in Python to display the output. What I am telling, please note down in your copy. Okay? So this is what the script mode, and this is the interactive mode. I am closing all the files, and afterwards I have already created the file which I want to tell you today about the use of the arithmetic operators. Clear? So here is the program. 2-3 lines of script is there for addition of two numbers. This is the program for addition of the two numbers, and a lot of explanation is required. So please listen carefully whatever I am telling. So the very first line is written as with the hashtag program to implement the operations of arithmetic operators. Whenever you have written any text or string or any type of statements with the help of this hash symbol, then it is known as that it is the comment line. And comment line in any programming language is used to display the purpose of the program, and this is not executable line. It means this is ignored by your compiler or the interpreter. Means it will not executed at all. Which one? The comment line. So many comment line then you are able to see in this simple program to make you understand about each line. What is the purpose of this very line? I have written the command. What is the purpose of this very line? I have written the comments. The purpose of this very line, I have written the comment. Because this is the very first class and each and every line should be understood by you. And why I am writing this very line of program or line of code or script, this should be clear in your mind. How the clarity will be there? If I will mention that very line with the help of comment line, then you will be able to understand that thing a little bit more clearly or understandable way. So here you can see that program to implement the operation of arithmetic operators. The purpose of this very line is that this particular script starting from here till end is the purpose of this very program is to implement the arithmetic operators, and only single arithmetic operators I have used here as the binary operator addition, that is the plus operator. So I want to tell you how it will be used, this plus operator, how you will use it. Or if you have to write any program based upon the variables, based upon the print function, how it will be done. So this is a very simple program, very simple script. So the program is starting from a equal to 12 and it ends here. Print the sum of a and b is c. Clear? So the first line states that a equal to 12. In the first line of the program, this script has 3 tokens. I am able to see 3 tokens over here. Do you remember what is token? Token is smallest individual unit of a program. I have written A. A is identifier or variable. Okay. And identifier is one of the token. After this identifier, I have used the equal to. This equal to is what? This equal to is an operator. Operator is also a type of token. This 12 is the literal or the constant. Literal constant is also one of the token. So 3 tokens I have used in this very line. A equal to 12, 3 tokens. One is identifier. A is the name of the identifier or variable. Equal to is the operator and 12 is the literal. Which type of literal or constant it is? It is the integer literal. What is integer? The number which does not have decimal point is known as integer number or integer literal. So I have explained this very line. When you will write A equal to 12, what will happen internally? Internally, 12 will be assigned into the variable A. It means the equal to symbol, this is known as the assignment operator. What? Assignment operator. The purpose of the assignment operator is what you will write in the right side of this equal to symbol. Assignment operator right side I have written 12. So this 12 will be stored or assigned into the left side of the equal to what is given. And the left side is A. A is what? The variable. So in this variable A, 12 will assign, 12 will store. Clear? So, and variable is what? A memory location. I will explain in theory what is variable, but right now variable is a name of the memory location where 12 is stored. Okay. Same the next line, B equal to 34. What I have explained in the comment line, 34 is assigned into the variable B. Means 34 is stored into the B. That means A is 12 and B is 34. The value of A is 12 and the value of B is 34. So whenever you will access A, it will display the value of A. And whenever you want to access the B, it will show you the value of B. If you want to see, you can see here. Just I am adding here print A. Clear? Next line I am writing print B. But will display? It won't display A and B, but it will display the value of A and value of B here. For the first print it will display 12 and for the second print it will display 34. Okay? And the third line is written as the addition of A and B is under the quotes. So what you will write under the quotes in the print function? As it is, it will display in the output. Okay. And then after I have used the comma. This is the syntax for writing the print statement, print function. What you need to display, that you need to specify under the quotes, and the value after the comma is A plus B. What is A and what is B? A here, the value of A which is 12 and B is what? 34. So 12 plus 34 will be added as we had seen just now. A plus B. That is 34 plus 12. How much? 46. That means this third print, this is the first print, will display 12, this will display 34 and the third print will display 46. And explanation of this very line I have written using print, the A plus B value will display and A plus B value is what? 46. Because we have not given under the quotes. So the value of A and the value of B both will be added together. Clear? Next line I have written again the one of the comment. And what for? Just read the line. Following statement will store the value of A plus B into the variable C. It means the purpose of this command, this line and this line is same. But Another alternative I have given here, so that if you want to store the value of a and b into any variable c, another variable c, that can also be done. Clear? In that case, you have to take three variables. First variable for storing the first value, second variable for storing the second value, and third variable to store the added value of a and b. Okay, so c equal to a plus b, what does it mean? The value of a plus b will be stored or assigned into the variable c. In that way, we need to display the value of c, as you can see here in this very print line. Print the sum of a and b is, this very line will display as it is in the output screen, and then the value of c here. What is the value of c? The added value of a plus b. What is a? 12. What is b? 34. So 12 plus 34 is 46. So 46 will come as an output. So any of the way, either direct you write the variable value a plus b, or you first store the value of a and b into another variable, and then that variable you need to specify in the print function. Any of the way can be done. Okay. So you will get how many output? Just check it. This is very script and tell how many outputs you will be getting. You will be getting 4 outputs. One is the output of A, that is print A. This is the print B. This is the third print, and this is the fourth print. So if print statement will not be given in the program, you will not get any output. You will not get any output. Manipulation will be there. A plus B will be done inside the memory. Here also the A plus B value will be stored. But if you will not see the value of C, if you will not see the value of A plus B, how you will see? Using the print function only. So I think it is clear to you. Now I will execute this very program. So you can see here I have written the program under the script mode. So not a single line I have written. I have written 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 line of coding I have written. And this all 9 of programs we have written in a single file. What is the name of the file here is? You can see here I have given the name of the file as class 11 arithmetic operator addition with int float and string.py. For my sake, I have given the file name like that because I have at least millions of files in my system. So how I will access it? So to the point I have given the name so that when I will access my file, that can be by using the file name, it will be clearly open. Okay. So after writing this, you need to save your file and then you need to click on run. This is the run screen, interactive mode. Okay, restart. From where the restart is written, following command, following line of statement is actually the output. 12. Why 12? Print A you have written. A is what? 12. B is what? 34. 34 is what? B. The addition of A and B is A plus B. You can see the third line. The addition of A and B is as it has come now, the addition of A and B, because it is the string value, the string text written under the quotes. That is why it is coming in the output as it is. As you have written, in that way only it has come. And why 46 then? 46 is due to A plus B. A is 12, B is 34. So 46 is coming, the output. Then why the fourth line is coming? Yes, the fourth line is coming because I have stored the value of a plus b into the variable c, and I am taking the value, the sum of a and b is. So you can see here the output, the sum of a and b is. So the sum of a and b is under the quotes, so it is coming like that. And 46, this c has coming, c is coming as 46. The value of c is 46. Okay, so this is the output and this is the program. I think everything is clear. Okay, so now one more thing I want to tell you. If I will erase this very command, I don't want to see, because the both uh, purpose of the program is same. I want to delete this one. Okay, and now see, the rest of the program coding is same. A12, B34, print A, print B, C equal to A plus B, print the sum of A and B is C. And then I am again, because I have modified my program, so I will press Ctrl plus S for saving, and then for execution this one. Now you see, so one more thing, if you are not getting the output, you are not able to understand the output, here it is. This is the previous output. Okay, and from where the again the greater than symbol, the Python prompt, and then the restart is coming. This is the last one, is only the fresh output. If you have any confusion, just close this one and again you run your program by using the shortcut key F5 I have pressed. Now you can see here 1234, the sum of A and B is 3 print 3 output. Print A 12, print B 34, the sum of A and B is 46 is coming. Why 46 is coming? Because C. Here it is C is written. And why 46? Because C stores the value of A plus B. That is why. Okay. So this is about the integer value addition. Any value can be written over here. Suppose I want to change this value of A to integer to float value. Now to make this value as a float, I will write 12.67, any value I have written, and here 34.4, and this two value now will be added. Now the value of A will be 12.67 and value of B is 34.4. Print A, print B. One more thing I want to modify is, it is not clearly readable the output. I want to make the output more readable. Then I have to modify our print function, and here I will write the value of A is. The value of A is. And here I want to write the value of B is. Clear? Then it will be more readable. Now when you will see the output, press Ctrl plus S to save, and for execution run module. Look at here now, a little bit changes, or little bit more readable your program is. The output is, the value of A is 12.67, the value of B is 34.4, and the sum of A and B is 47.07. So this 47.07 is the output, actual result for addition of A and B. Okay, so in this way you will modify it. So previous one was the integer value, this is the float value. Now I want to make it as the string one. So to make the value A as a string, I will write hello. And in the second one, I will write the another string as hello, how are you, or simply what's up. Okay, here you need to change now. So this is the non-executable line. So you can see this line is not executing. So if I will delete, or if I will not mention, then also there is no any effect on your program output. See, I have deleted. Then also your program will execute, because executable line is here. The red one, the hash tag symbol, whenever I have used, that means that following line is the comment line. Okay, so the value of A is hello, the value of B is what's up, and C equal to A plus B. Now C. Now you will see the changes in the output. F5. See, what will be the addition value of hello and what's up? Is there any number hello? Which number hello it is? So the output is the sum of A and B is hello what's up. What does it mean? Yes, it means a lot. Hello, the first string, and what's up, the second string, both are joined together. Both are concatenated together. So if two strings will be joined together, or if you want to join two strings together, then that string can be given with the help of plus operator. Means, let me open my program once, and if you will face this very problem, suppose the file will be closed by mistake, then what you need to do is your file will be stored under the location you need to know in that way. See, then users, I have remembered the location. See, users, Kaushals, then app data, then local, and then Python. That can be done, but here this is the whole location. So you can see a lot of Python file is here. Like this is the folders and this one is the file. Python file will be, the icon will be like this. Annual test 1, assignment 1. These all are the name of the file, and my file you have seen now that it is arithmetic operator. It is not displaying over here because my file is stored under the D drive. See, all the Python files is here, and mine is this one. So you can open it. It will open it by pressing this edit with IDLE. So you can do one more thing. If it is not opening, you need to go to the IDLE. You type the IDLE in the search box and you can open it from here. If you already know where your file is, then you go to the D drive, and my file is located here. So I am coming here with the file name as Python file, and this one. Now this is the file arithmetic. Second one I need to open. Addition. Again it is creating some problem has come, I think. Yes, this one. Okay, so if you want to add two string, then the string will not be added, but it will be joined together. So if you need to join two string together, for example, I have written Kerali, and in the second string I have written school, and I don't want to use this all because this is not a number. Simply I want to use this A plus B, A and then plus and then B. A is what? Kerali. B is what? School. Means this is the two strings will be joined together. Press Ctrl plus S and then F5. So this Kerali and school is joined together. If you want to give the space here, then we will put the space. But till now, what I have told, that is enough now. So you need to practice at home what I have told you, and the next class I will tell you the rest of the arithmetic operators like division, floor division, and rest of the operators. Till then you revise the things practically. We will meet you in the next video. Okay, thank you. Goodbye.